wonderful people, how are you doing? How have you been? Are you still with me? Are you still watching, subscribing and sharing this content? Anyway, today is hello my wonderful people, how are you doing? How have you been? Are you still with me? Are you still watching, subscribing? And also do not forget to hit the notification bell to get notified every time we upload a new video. And today it's another beautiful day and I'm out here creating more content for you dog lovers, and I am visiting a dog lover, and kama kawaida, he's definitely going to introduce himself. And today we are also lucky to have a vet in the house. Yay, vet corner, more info. And before they introduce themselves, kama kawaida, I'm your girl Linda Kenyita, and this is Dog TV Kenya, the best documentary channel for all dog lovers. Keep watching. Hellos, welcome to the show. Eric, say hi to our viewers and introduce yourself and introduce your kennel and your dogs.
My name is Eric Wanyueke Gakere. This is my first dog, the very first BOERBOEL that I ever owned. I was actually blessed by this dog by a cousin of mine. So he gave me this dog and I started my DK9 kennels. So yeah, welcome to DK9 kennels. And she's called Bola. Yusuf,
I just want you to say hi first to the people, and then we will come back and have a deeper conversation with you after I am done with the BOERBOELs.
My name is Joseph Yudaboro. I'm a vet in this canine. I make sure this dog, as you see, is me to treatment, feeding, and others management of dogs.
So Eric, back to you. How did your love for dogs begin?
My love for dogs began with my father. Just after finishing campus, he had this idea we should start breeding. I wasn't so keen when I was growing up about dogs. I wasn't very keen. But he got me a dog that was called It was a mix of a German Shepherd and a Labrador. Very nice dog, very intelligent. He's basically the dog that moved me towards loving, or the love, or ignited that passion. Yeah.
Other than the BOERBOELs and now your first dog, have you had any other, do you have any other experience with any other breeds?
When I started with my cross between a BOERBOEL and a Labrador. I got blessed again. My last sister, sorry, she gave me a dog that was a German Shepherd from KK Securities. And from there, I was able to start breeding German Shepherds. The dog was called Angel. So my first litter was of 12 puppies, German Shepherds. I remember because I was just beginning. I was in first year, and you know, money problems. So I can remember the struggle for me to get all those puppies and look after them, get them to the point of sale. It was quite a hassle, but at the end of the day, I was the talk of the town because I had so many German Shepherds, nice lines. And finally I got to sell them, and I made my first 120K from that. Yes.
Okay, and I'm thinking back then it must have been a lot of money.
It was a lot of money. It was a lot of money, and plus you can imagine 120K 2006. It was 2006, 2007, and straight from school. That was my first year of university. Can imagine that kind of money.
No, okay. How has been your experience with the BOERBOELs been for the 4 years that you've been keeping them?
Good question. Now, if you compare the BOERBOEL and the German Shepherds, the only downside with the German Shepherds is that they have more fur, so the cleaning and the grooming is a bit intense. Advantage, or what I prefer with the BOERBOELs, the grooming part is easy. They don't shed as much. They are easy to to clean. Yeah. So in terms of cleaning, that's an up. The BOERBOEL is an easier breed to handle in terms of grooming. But in terms of dominance, the BOERBOEL is a bit dominant. They are more stubborn, so to say. They're more stubborn. So yeah, I have to rise to that kind of temperament to be able to keep them. So I've gotten some few bites here and there, but not very serious one, just to say. But yeah, for you to be able to get to where I am today, I think you have to have a more, dominant character, so that you can supersede their stubbornness. Yeah. So yeah, they are very good. As for the kids, I have kids. I have two girls. To have a girl and a boy, 2 children. And I've been having BOERBOEL since they were as young as 5 years. And I've not had any cases because I love socializing my dogs. I believe in socializing my dogs, so that I do not have any cases of where the dogs comes out of the kennel and is like, who is this? So with kids, they're very good. With the family members, they're very good. With my wife, with my kids, they're perfect. Yeah, but with strangers, they're not so good. Yeah, they're not so good. Yeah.
Because now we are here and we are chilling with the Bola. Have you had any kind of training with Bola for her, other than now the socialization, for her to be able to be hanging out with us here as visitors, and he's not even bothered with us?
Yes, I have had some obedience training. And I did that because I had as I was beginning, I had a lot of time in my hands. So I was able to teach her a bit of sit, stay, and down. And so she's good in those kind of commands. And I've done all of that by myself. Because again, there's an advantage of learning how to train your own dogs. Because now you don't have to look for somebody to train for you. And even when they're gone, there's always a lapse, Once you bring in a trainer, there's that lapse of you not, the consistency. And so your dog ends up forgetting. So if you're able to do it with yourself or by yourself, then you can be able to reaffirm whatever the trainer teaches or taught the dogs.
What advice would you give for somebody who would want or loves the breed and would consider owning one in the future?
I would say start with a smaller breed, because as much as I have BOERBOELs today and I have 5 of them, the fact that I started with a better German Shepherds are very temperamental. They're good. Their temperament is most of the time. Anybody can keep a German Shepherd, but not everybody can keep a BOERBOEL. So if you start yourself easy with either smaller breeds, and then go up as as you're learning dogs, it will be safer for you. Yes, you can have your first dog as a BOERBOEL, but again, the challenges would be a bit higher than if you started with a lower temperament dog. But a dog that is not so dominant, that's what I mean. The BOERBOEL doesn't have a lot of, it's not like the toy dogs, but it's very strong. So if you're not very good and very dominant on the behavior, if you don't want this and you're very firm on, I don't want this, with the BOERBOEL, you could have a bit of problems. Yeah, so start with an easier dog to handle, then come up as you come to that level of BOERBOEL. Okay. Yes. And
now you've mentioned challenges. So far for you, we with the dogs, from the beginning, even with the shepherds, German Shepherds, what challenges have you come across through the years that you've been keeping dogs?
The major challenges is the health part, because again, these dogs are not cheap, especially when you're treating them. Don't even talk about the food yet. Just treatment is not cheap for most of us, especially if you're going the right way. And that's the only way, actually, at the end of the day, to go to the right way. So it's very expensive to keep your dogs and also keep them in a healthy place, because even some of the normal jabs, the vaccinations and all that, you need money for that. So that is one of the challenges that is there. So you have to give your rabies jabs, you have to give your parvo jabs when the time is right. And then with BOERBOELs, they like fighting sometimes, and their play, not really fighting, but their play is more fighting than playing. So you get injuries, and those injuries you have to be able to treat them to avoid infections and all that. So again, that is why I normally have some medicine in the house, in the kennel, for the dogs, the antibiotics and all that. Yeah, and that is after my advice from my vet, that at least you should have all this and this to avoid small infections. You call the vet. There's no need. You can have maybe a spray For that, you can have maybe some small antibiotics and all that. Yeah. So yeah, that's my major challenge: medicine, and then now the feeding. The feeding, again, boerboels are they are huge animals. So the feeding, you're not going to give, it's just like a human being. Mwili ndogo, chakula kidogo. So you have to have your own, you have to have a strategy on how you're going to work that out. Because one boerbel is still a challenge to keep. So I normally feed them on meat and rice and some dog meal. And one dog will take about a kg of meat and a kg of rice, normally for my dogs. And they're not even up to like the weight I would really like them to be, because of the challenges of, even the food. The economy right now is not doing so well. So you can imagine even getting rice, it's been a problem. And worst part is you're looking for rice to give to dogs. So yeah, that's also a challenge. But yeah, and then we normally supplement a bit of eggs here and there. We normally do some red meat once in a while. Yeah, so food again has been a challenge, but we're working through that.
Okay, one thing that stood out about your boerboels for me is their fitness, and also they are huge. So what it is that you do to maintain their fitness?
Apart from now the feeding, where you feed them, consistency with feeding is very important. With boerboels, don't skip meals. Make sure every day at least they have their meal. Look at the health of the dog. He's eating, if he's not eating, why is he not eating? And all that. Then walks. If you keep a boerbel, make sure you make sure you finish the energy in their body. Because if you just keep them locked in all the time, then they have too much energy building inside. So anytime you remove them or you let them out to play, then they're very destructive. So normally what I do, I normally have walks. I do alternate days. If we are not doing Mondays, we normally don't do walks, so we do Tuesdays. So I have my guys, because I have 5 dogs. And I normally like walking my dogs, pamoja, all of them. So I just get my guys, we go walking, and then we do like 2 to 3 kilometers every day. So that for the fitness works. So the dog is not so lazy, and it's always on toes, it's alert. Yes, so that's basically it.
And now, somebody would hear you say that one dog will eat 1 kg of rice and 1 kg of meat. Is that at one time, like one meal, or how many times do you have to feed the dogs?
I normally feed my dogs once a day. But also it depends if the level of age they are. If I have puppies, like I have 2 puppies, puppies range from, when I say a puppy, I mean from date of birth to about 1 year, 1 year and a half there, at least 12 months, 14 months there, 1 year, 2 months there. That's most of the time would be called a puppy. So I have puppies, and the puppies I normally feed them twice a day. But for the grown dogs and females that are are breeding, I normally do once if they're not pregnant. But once they get pregnant, I will do 2 to 3 times depending on the timing. If the dog is almost giving birth, I'll give it 3 times. When it's lactating, or when it has puppies, I will give it 3 times. Just for that, because it's what's happening with the body, there's milk production and all that. But if the dog is okay, it's a male and it's beyond puppyhood, then I normally just give it once a day.
Okay. All your dogs are calm. Are all your dogs friendly, and is this by choice?
Yes, it is by choice. Depending on the kind of life I live, my lifestyle, I don't really need my boerboels to be very aggressive at this time. It doesn't mean that they're not aggressive. It doesn't mean that they cannot be able to, do a lot of guarding and be guard dogs. They're guard dogs, but I've chosen for them not to be as aggressive as most people would like them, because of the fact that I have neighbors who have kids. I don't like locking my dogs all the time. You know, I don't like that kind of caging. Every time it's caged. It's not my way. So I'd rather have the dog to be more a good medium temperament, where it's a good temperament. So even if it sees a kid, it sees a dog, if it sees a cow or whatever, it doesn't go attacking it. I don't want that, because at the end of the day, we have enough neighbors around, so I don't want that kind of lifestyle. That's the main reason why I don't have my dogs to be so aggressive.
Okay. Yeah. My wonderful people, where I'm seated right now, I'm smack, let me call it, in the middle of the kennel. Like, these are their sleeping area, like this is their play area. There was more sleeping area there, and this is a clean place, because people would ask me, Linda, like, ain't those dogs smelly, or isn't the compound smelly? So talk to us a little bit more about the grooming and the general hygiene of even your kennel.
Cleaning is just normal. You have to be clean. Cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. So for me, cleaning is just paramount. So yes, I have a team of 3 people who normally, help with the cleaning. And on occasion, during the day, they supervise the area and see if the dog has messed, and then they clean that, just to make sure the dog is also comfortable. The dogs will come out. You'll be able to. You'll handle the dog, so you don't want the dog to be dirty. We have a weekly on Wednesday. Normally on Wednesday we have a small dip there that helps with the cleaning. You just fill it with water, and then you just dip the dog. With the help of the vet, sometimes it has some pest control chemicals, and when we don't need that, because like we do it for the pest control, we do it like after every 3 months, depending with also the injections and all that. But normal cleaning, we just clean with normal water. I don't like using a lot of soap, because with the dogs and the soap cleaning, I prefer just using normal water, and I do it often. Like I do it every once a week. Yeah, so basically that's. Now,
as a dog lover, you've owned dogs for all these years. On a personal level, is there any way that the dogs have helped you?
For me, with dogs, it's my release point, when it comes to stress. Whenever I have a bad day, I'm out there, grinding and hustling, and then I come home and I just come and chill with these dogs here, and enjoy the majesty of the animal, the way it looks and all that, and the kind of love that they show. That kind, it's for me, it's a release. For me, the stress levels go down. They basically stabilize my emotional state at any, even if I'm in a bad mood. And you're having problems, whatever you're having problems, you come home and you're like, okay, I know these guys are loyal to me, so I'm easy. So that is one of the reason, or one of the key points on how my dogs have changed my day-to-day life. Apart from the money part of it, which I'm not really keen on it again, because I do not do this for the money. Yes, there's money. There's money if you do it right. There's money, because a puppy will come up to about 50K, and I've enjoyed the money. There, not once, not twice, because like she gives birth to 8 puppies, and 8 puppies will do about 50. So I normally give myself a span of 1 year for all the puppies to be sold, and with that 1 year I made maybe my 400K and all that. But apart from that, I just love dogs. It's not anything I can explain. It's just like the way you love something. You can't really put a thing on it. But yeah, that's basically it. But if you have that feeling of I like dogs, I love dogs, because there's no need of having a dog and then you come and mistreat it. It's not getting food. Simple hygiene. There's no need of having it. Again, if you're going to get a breed like this, look at the space that you have in your house. Don't come and squeeze a dog in a 1-bedroom apartment, or in a small house that maybe even the neighbors don't want to see it, because you have to keep it in the house. These dogs want space. They want a place where they can, a field where they can run around, play. And then again, if you could, don't keep one dog. Keep at least 2 dogs, because also they get bored. And I also believe that dogs have their own language. They kind of talk and communicate by themselves. You know, there's this thing of where humans only feel like they're the only ones who communicate and talk. But I also feel like dogs have their own way of, their own language. So when it's alone, it's lonely. So if you're going to start keeping a dog, just think, yeah, you can start off with one. But don't go too long without bringing in another one, just for the company. Yes.
So Eric, as we come to the end of your interview, do you have any parting shots to us?
Dogs are not just dogs for keeping as a pet. We have lines that work. We have working dogs that we have guard dogs, we have service dogs. In my main area, because basically what I did in school was I'm a social worker by degree and by profession. And I've always wanted to integrate what I did in school with my passion. And one of the way to do that, I've been really researching, and I've seen if in Kenya or in our country, being a third world, we have not really gotten to that point of where we can integrate our dogs into our society because of the stereotypes and the fear, the phobia that is there. Because you see, dogs are just like, here we're just known, dogs are only known for either it's a pet or it's a guard dog. So most people, if I walk my dog, somebody will be, which is true, be cautious to walk away from me, because you don't know if the dog is prone to bite you or not. But with the proper sensitization, and like what I've been trying to do, program I've been thinking of starting is service dogs, and starting a service line where I can train my dogs to probably lead the deaf, the blind, sorry. And maybe there are people who are prone to heart attacks and all that, and dogs are known to be able to alert people even 30 minutes before or prior to your attack. And so with the kind of regulations that we have, with our city bylaws and all that, me walking a dog in Nairobi city is not going to be very advisable because of the regulations and the bylaws that are there. So probably if we can also look into that and see if people can be able to embrace dogs for the advantages that they can bring. There's so many advantages, and we can save a lot of lives through our canine friends here. Yeah, so basically I would like, and I would think that in the near future, with our vision 2030, if it still applies, we can get to that point where I can walk my dog anywhere, I can go with my dogs into the shopping mall, and I will not be, discriminated upon or shunned away by either the security guys there because of maybe the stereotypes or the phobias that are there. Yes. Yeah, so we have a lot we can do with dogs, and we have a lot we can learn from them. And we can make life easier, even for the disabled people. We can make life so easy for them. Because a dog we have even seen it on TikTok, where a dog is sent to the market is it in China? It goes to the market, it comes back with the fruits, and it even pays, just because it's been conditioned that way. So yes, we still have a lot to learn from our friends here, and even train them to that point where they can be of great help to us. Okay. All right.
And there you have it, people. You've heard from Eric, and when we come back, I'm going to be having a conversation with Yusuf. But so far, keep watching, keep subscribing. Do not forget to hit the notification bell to get notified every time we upload a new video. I'm your girl Linda Kenyita, and this is Dog TV Kenya, the best documentary channel for all dog lovers. Keep watching.
This is King. He's 1 year old. He's a puppy from Jupiter. I like him because he's big, basically. I think that's a major part of King. He's still a puppy. We're still trying to teach him new tricks and, sit, stay. Again, being a BOERBOEL, he's a bit stubborn. He won't listen to me, but he's quite loving. Anyway. So this is Coco. Coco is around 3 years, almost 4 years now. He's also the other male in this kennel. Yeah, Coco. He's a biter, but he doesn't bite everybody. This is Nala. She's a female. She's also 1 year. Brother to King and daughter to Jupiter. Yeah, she's also very loyal and loving, but a bit what do you call it? Needy. She always wants to be near you. Yeah. We have already met Bola. This is the mother of all these other dogs that are here, apart from Coco. Yeah, she's called Bola from Gware Kennels. I got her from Gware Kennels, but now she's at DK9. Our founder. This is the famous Jupiter. She's the mother to King and Nala, and daughter to Bola. Yeah, she's also very aggressive when it comes to guarding at night, and also other dogs. But yeah, thank you.
So now I'm with Yusuf here, and Yusuf, say hi again to the people. And after you do that, you have to tell me. You've told me that right now you're working more with the dogs and not any other. As much as you studied the whole thing, you're specializing more with the dogs. Will you explain to us a little bit why?
I'm studying animal health and reproduction. Animal health means all animals, livestock, the animals who kept it to the human beings. But I'm specialized to dogs because I love dogs. I'm dealing with dogs because I love more dogs. When I'm treat dogs, I treat for love, not for only money. I'm treat for money and for love.
Treat the dogs for the money and for the love. Now, before I forget, there's this thing I've noticed with the Bola there. That thing that is hanging at the nipple, and I've noticed it with other female dogs, and I always wonder, why is that thing hanging there? Do you mind explaining it to me before I forget?
That the tumor or growth, that the growth of cell. And
it's not at the nipple.
No, not nipple. That's the tumor.
Okay.
That's the tumor. The cell overgrowth.
Okay. Now, is there a remedy for it, or does it have to be removed surgically?
You have to remove surgically. Not you haven't to inject maybe the drugs. You have to remove that and block that cell that the in Swahili called mshipa. Bola have a subcutaneous growth, that the growth between the skin and muscles. So you have to make the surgery and remove that and suture and continue to treat the wounds. Yeah.
No, I've heard people say that maintaining a dog medically is a little bit expensive, right? But if you're going to have a healthy dog, it's all right. A healthy dog, and you reduce the minimum. What is the guidelines, general points to ensure that you're having a generally healthy dog?
Si kila chakula cha dogi ni kwa ajili ya dogi. Kila chakula cha dogi kipo kwa ajili ya matumizi sahihi. Either ni mzee, either ni jike ana karibu kuzaa, either ni puppies. Kuna vyakula vyao vile ambavyo nutrition vimetengenezwa kwa ajili ya specifics kazi halisi ya mbwa.
When it comes to diseases, magonjwa, those that are attacking dogs a lot, can we touch a little bit on that?
Mimi huwa na shauri ninapoenda kwa dog keepers au animal keepers yoyote, cha kwanza huwa na shauri usafi. When you are treat, you have to tell the animal keeper how to control that diseases.
So I hope you pick some of those advice and you put them into use. And kama kawaida, I've been your girl Linda Kenyuta, and this is Dog TV Kenya, the best documentary channel for all dog lovers. Keep watching, keep subscribing, and do not forget to hit the notification bell to get notified every time we upload a new video.